14th, 2022, the SMT podcast. I got Dennis, I got Moose, and I got Stetson. He's stuck in a box somewhere. I have no idea where he is. What's up, boys? What's going on, man?
Dude,
What's
it's
going on,
going
Sneed?
great. The stars must have aligned today because getting Stetson on the show, it's been what, 2 years since you've been on this channel?
It's
I
been
don't know, it's
maybe
been a little
maybe a
bit.
year. Maybe a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
it's
has
been a
happened.
minute.
Yeah,
and
it's
we
been a
had
minute.
one of the most awesome streams on the Best Phone Plan show. A 2-hour stream for Stetson and me is crazy, and it was one of the most active ones. So it's been a good night. But Sneed, I know you've got some great topics lined up for us, and I know it's going to be spicy. So why don't you tell the people what we're going to be talking about tonight?
All right, man. We have T-Mobile and Verizon Home Internet. They are a smash. All right, people are psyched. They want it. They are asking for it. They're going into the stores. They're calling in. And T-Mobile and Verizon actually can't sell it to them. The demand is way high and the supply is way low. They actually can't meet the demand. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And then we're also going to discuss the AT&T C-band build. It looks like it is happening. I guess the legend exists. There is AT&T C-band. You know, we've been seeing what Verizon has been doing, and it's very impressive. You know how fast they're building. So we've been waiting for AT&T to kind of start their process, and it looks like it's happening. People are sending me like links and PDFs to the permits for the upgrades, and they're starting to cluster those permits, and they're starting to actually put gear on sites. So I'm really hoping that I can start testing this stuff here within the next month or two. Hopefully, no later than like June. I can actually start testing some N77 and AT&T. And because they own so much of their network, right? It's so much fiber. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be fast. So I'm excited for it. And then we can kind of open it up for some other things if you guys want to talk about it.
And yeah, I think my understanding is AT&T is going to be aggregating their Andromeda spectrum with their C-band. So you're getting those frequencies bundled in there too if your phone supports it.
Yeah. Yep,
Which
you're gonna
means
get
it has to be an iPhone 13 or a Galaxy S22 because AT&T is not rolling out support for the iPhone 12 users of the world because who knows? Unless
it's
Moose knows something.
it's an FCC problem. You know, I wish I could blame AT&T for this, but I can't. It's an FCC problem. The band certification process and the FCC not having this ready. I mean, it's just typical FCC fashion. It's not unique to this administration version of the FCC either. This goes back several years.
Yeah, but why didn't Verizon have a problem?
Verizon only has 3.7.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not doing the Andromeda.
And I think that was part of it. Verizon's like, we're not going to be lollygagging, splitting the spectrum, and trying to get cute. They're just like, we're just going to get as much spectrum as we need, and we're just going to put up that radio. And the one thing that Verizon is going to do is they're going to put up a radio, a set of gear that's going to do CBRS, LTE, and 5G, and also they're going to do the C-band there too. So they're gonna have some pretty awesome gear, and that's coming out later this year from Samsung, I believe. So I think Ericsson will probably be a part of that as well. But we got our first super chat. Broke the seal. Here we go. I think very fitting. It is the homie Santiago. Hippo character flips around, does a V sign with his hand, while the word victory appears in the background. So that would be this.
Yeah.
Right? That's the victory. Thanks, Santiago.
Hey, just don't do the inverse of this because that's a bad word in Europe.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, if you flip this around, actually, I think it's just in general. This basically is the equivalent of the middle finger in Europe.
I guess it depends on what part of the world you're in, man. Things could mean something different.
But let's touch on the fixed wireless home internet for a second. So it's not MS with another super chat real quick. He or she says happy Easter to Yasmin and Mama Sneed. Thank you for sharing Sneed with us as he makes the world a better place for us all. Happy Easter, SMT Nation. Happy Easter to you as well, MS. And
Thanks,
Lucky also coming in with a super chat. He says, back at it again.
Thanks, Lucky, and welcome to the channel, and thanks for coming by. And I appreciate you both for those super chats, and Santiago as well. Thank you.
So yeah, let's get into the fixed wireless real quick. So availability is limited at the moment, despite N77 being available in a lot of places. I wanted to ask you, Sneed, do you think this is an equipment shortage kind of issue, or why do you think the carriers are being slow with where they're offering the fixed wireless product at?
Yeah, it's related to the upgrades. Like if they can upgrade a site within a certain demographic, of populace of users, it's it's easier to, like, say for example in T-Mobile's case, upgrade a site, upgrade the backhaul, add the N41, put the N71 upgrade. So you do everything, antennas, radios. You've now created a lot of capacity. You could probably get away with putting 5 to 10 users on a sector using T-Mobile Home Internet, and it wouldn't be a problem. I think the trouble comes is when someone's trying to get the service and there's already some people on there. Maybe the site has N71 and it's got like PCS and everything else, but maybe it doesn't have N41. They can't serve them. Right? You're asking for trouble, congestion, and whatever else could happen, and deprioritization. It's not going to be enjoyable. So why even bother? But it looks like we saw this about 6 months ago, having this discussion about T-Mobile Home Internet users saying, I went to the store, they say my address doesn't qualify. And other people in the area have it. So that means those sectors are full. So it might only be 3, 4, or 5 users on that sector. Now, word on the street is, and I have a very credible source on this, very close, all right, is telling me Verizon has to turn people down too. They're putting up C-band at this great pace, and people are getting the 5G home. Now they're starting to see commercials, right? Now the advertising is starting to get out there, and they have to turn them away. They can't sacrifice the degradation of the mobile experience. And this is exactly what Dennis was saying. This could happen where the network experience could degrade for the mobile user, and you can't compromise that. And this is what I was responding to you, Dennis. I said they were going to cut people off. They were going to say, sorry, we can't serve you. Not right now. Okay, now how does that change? 2 things, right? Spectrum and backhaul. Verizon has help on the way, right? Verizon is going to go from 60 megahertz to 140, 160, 180, 200. And then the backhaul upgrades got to go with it. There's only one problem, though. And this is what I'm hearing from like engineers. They're telling me there are some tower sites, there is no fiber. They're microwave backhaul. They can't do anything. T-Mobile can't do anything. Verizon can't do anything because the fiber projects are so expensive. They're like, oh, well, it's going to cost us $3 million to get fiber out here. What? To one site? These are some of the problems that they're going to have. And Dennis, the rural America situation, right? The haves and the have-nots, with the fiber situation. So, man, it's a real issue. It's not something I'm happy to report. But for anybody who said that fixed wireless access was not going to catch traction, man, au contraire, mon frere. It looks like people are begging for it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm going to be curious about? I'm really, really curious about? What's the actual retention once they acquire that customer? What's the churn?
The churn, yeah.
But hey, we got another super chat that needs to be addressed coming in from Jason D. He's asking, do you believe Frontier is strategically deploying fiber based on where AT&T towers are to upgrade tower backhaul because of the Frontier/AT&T deal?
I'm looking for it here. I'm going to pull it up. There we go. From Jason D. Thank you. The Frontier situation. Dude, they're going multi-gig fiber. Who are the competitors in those markets?
So Frontier is typically in markets where Spectrum exists. Spectrum and I think Cox.
Typically, those are cable, aren't they? They're coax?
Correct.
Well, they can take their customers. They can beat them out in speed. And I don't know, Stetson, do customers equate speed to quality and a better experience?
They do, 100%. It's actually been shown if you just increase a customer's speed, the customer service magically increases, the website experience increases, the account management improves. Everything is tied to speed. If you have the exact same service and all you do is increase the speed, a customer will perceive that as an overall better experience across the board.
Yep. Where are you at with
What
this,
did I
Dennis?
tell you, Dennis? Speed equates to this magical beauty called an EPEAN, right? The gamer thing, right? And then out of nowhere, people are satisfied because, oh, I can speed test on my app 5.5 gig, some ridiculous number, right? But who cares?
Yeah, I'm going to still stick with my guns and just say that it's placebo. Like, I want to be okay. Let me add some caveats to this. Speed increases are great up to a certain point. As it stands today, anything past 400 megabits per second is pretty diminishing in its returns. And the reason why I say it that way is because we know most people are connecting to devices over Wi-Fi. Typically speaking, 400 to 600 megs in an ideal world is really where you're kind of sitting with most Wi-Fi tech. Exception being Wi-Fi 6E, might be able to see higher more reliably, but only in like pretty much line of sight situations. So that's kind of like your threshold. And even in the situations where you are hardwired and able to utilize faster speeds, there's not too many instances where having that extra bit rate or extra bandwidth is going to be beneficial to you unless you're literally doing like a large download off of Steam. And then you get into the whole discussion about the overall internet infrastructure in general, the pairing agreements with the ISP, and even to the point of what you're downloading to. I mean, if you're installing to a random hard drive on your computer and the random write speeds aren't able to keep up with the capacity that you have, then it doesn't mean anything. You're going to have slower download speeds. So my whole shtick is 400 meg seems to be the sweet spot for the majority of people. Gig is definitely overkill for the majority of people, and there's not many people in the population that can handle faster than gig speeds because that requires special equipment. And as we talked about before on here and on Best Phone Plans, your network experience is only going to be as fast as the weakest link.
We got a super chat from Bone Daddy. Is wireless backhaul really that bad when something like Mimosa PTP radios get 1+ gigabits per second on licensed 11 gigahertz? I'm just not sure how dedicated carriers are to going that direction for commercial usage on their networks. You know what I mean?
I mean, again, it's a simple math problem. Okay, your maximum is a gig in that scenario that the gentleman posted, right? What's your actual speed? Probably around like 950, 980 at best case scenario. So then you start thinking, okay, you have 3 sectors on a cell site. Okay, let's say one of those 2 have really low users. Okay, so you have 2/3 of the site needing the capacity. So what are you going to be getting? Can anybody do 900 divided by 2? Hello?
450.
450 is your maximum if both of them are loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying that people forget that Verizon and AT&T on a wireless backhaul situation, terrible experience. But on a fiber experience.
Moose, you're giving really ideal circumstances here too. Reality says like
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In ideal situation, so that average situation is probably closer to like 300 is, in that same scenario. But with fiber, okay, we're talking each sector has 10 gig. Now, each sector has NR radios and LTE radios. People forget about that too. People just think that, oh yeah, one sector is going to get a gig or 5 gigs or 10 gigs, whatever, right? But you also have to give the technology the proper backhaul. Like Sneed was saying the other day, you can put some juice into that thing.
Yeah, you got to throw that DOCSIS 3.1 connection in there.
Oh, God.
You guys really hate on cable, but the fact of the matter is that despite what you think, in those more rural settings where cable's the only option, there are times where coax is used for backhaul for cell sites. Believe it or not, Steve.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, there are also.
I was kidnapped and hypnotized by Dennis, and I'm a big believer in cable now too.
There's also the ISDN lines for band 13 sites still running. So, Stetson,
Yes,
some
sir.
point you're gonna have to come up and have a burger with me.
Yes, sir.
Pete, I need to come back to Colorado so we can also have a beer together again. But Stetson, real quick, tell them the truth. When I was at your house for the Patreon members, we did some network testing. We tested out T-Mobile home internet, cable, and your Nextlake fiber, which is God tier. And what did we find from our testing?
Yeah, well, I would say the original T-Mobile hardware was not great, you guys. We saw this coming. We've probably mentioned this before. The trash can overheated from Nokia wasn't good. I think there's a new gateway now that's hopefully better. I haven't tested it. That was probably option 3. That's bottom row. Next up, honestly, cable, that rock solid performance. Even if it's 10 up, it's a consistent 10 up. Dennis live streamed on 10 up for the first half of our show. It gets the job done. And then number 1 spot is obviously fiber. So I think I'm kind of curious if people are signing up or trying to sign up for fixed wireless in droves. I wonder what the reasoning is. Is it the annoying customer service from the previous provider, the annoying bill, or is it that the service is slow and they want to try something new? Or is it the fact that you can literally get Verizon 5G home internet for $25 a month if you're an existing customer? So I'd be curious what the motivating factor is for people switching over. Hopefully Verizon provides a better experience, but you do want to consider price performance when you're looking at all of these different options.
So we dropped a story this morning on my channel, and we actually have some data from MoffettNathanson. How the hell they had this data, I have no clue. I think they're just very close to some of the internals at T-Mobile, I guess. T-Mobile's taking cable customers.
Mm-hmm.
They are taking, they're going to take a bunch of DSL customers. They're going to take the satellite customers. Me and Pete predicted that a long time ago. Actually, I would say that anybody here on this panel probably felt strongly that DSL didn't stand a chance.
Taking HughesNet.
HughesNet, Viasat, the whole...
That's like picking up the biodegrading fruit when it comes to grabbing low-hanging fruit.
So, but we were shocked, I think, collectively, when we found out that people were leaving cable in the suburban and the urban markets to try T-Mobile home internet. And then the same thing is happening with Verizon, from what I understand. People just are trying to get away from the explosive pricing, the surcharges. You know what else they're saying, Dennis? They don't want wires. They don't want people in their house. Bro, people comment on my videos. I don't want anybody to come to my house.
I've seen that, and I believe that people say that, but then I also believe when people have that instance where there's a lag spike when their child's gaming and they hear their kids screaming on Fortnite that I'm lagging, they'll be like, I want the wire back.
Oh my God.
No, they'd be like, shut up, leave the house, or I'll give you 5 across the eyes.
No,
dude, you guys are funny, man.
No, but I'm being serious. Honestly, we know for a fact because of the comments that people have left fiber for fixed wireless, and that is mind-boggling to me because most fiber providers do have consistent pricing. We all agree that fiber, when it's working proper, is the gold standard, is the best of the best, the creme of the creme, literally life-changing. And people are still choosing to go to fixed wireless to save a couple bucks.
Yeah, dude, I would totally consider doing that. I mean, you said earlier, most people are connecting to their internet on Wi-Fi. They're looking for something that's affordable. If your cell phone works, why not power the whole house with this stuff? I think for a lot of people, it genuinely could get the job done. And it really just comes down to how it's being used, when it's being used.
Stetson, remember what happened when we did your live stream on T-Mobile?
Yeah, it wasn't great. I feel like there could have been some other issues involved. I think maybe Verizon offers a better product. But look, not everyone's live streaming, right? How many people in the comments right now are doing live streams on a regular basis?
Hold on. People might not be doing live streams in the traditional sense on a regular basis, but you know what everybody is doing?
Video calls
and social media posts.
Wait, why is everybody doing social media posts?
Those work over cellular too. I can have a FaceTime over cellular call.
I'm going to do a PSA. Everybody in chat now, if you're using the Facebook, you should probably stop.
I didn't say it had to be Facebook. It could have been Snapchat. It could have
been... Look. Clips does Fortnite menages, bro. They do that on their
montages.
Yeah.
Sneed, you're showing your age here, man. Montages. Nah, but
all right, Clips.
Listen.
clips don't get fixed wireless internet product. I think for there's like a group of people out there, it'd be totally fine. I don't know. For this audience and for Dennis especially, no, it's not going to be a good option. But like, yeah, if you're spending $80 versus $25, right? You're saving somewhere in the ballpark $50 a month. That's $600 per year.
Yeah, but Stetson, what if we're talking, because remember, we're talking about urban suburban area here. I'm not talking about rural. We're talking about urban suburban. In urban suburban markets, there's competition. We're talking $40 for 300 by 300 from Fios. We're talking $30 for like 300 by 10 from like Comcast or Spectrum. And in super competitive places, we're talking as low as $20 for 300 by 10. I mean, like, yes, it's a promo. Yes, there's contracts and, things like that, but
I absolutely hate promo pricing.
Hey, big shout out to Andrew in the live chat. Is AT&T making a higher speed fiber connection? Absolutely, my friend. If you want it, you can have 2 or 5 gigabit residential.
10 gig later.
Listen, it's not just AT&T. It's Google Fiber. It's Frontier.
Right.
It's Verizon Fios up in New York. It's who else is? Consolidated cable up in Maine. So there's a lot of people. But hey, wait, there was a comment that I wonder that said there was a fact, and I don't even know if this is actually true. Oh, it was from Running Flame at 2143. He said, interesting factoid: light travels a bit faster through coax than fiber. Does anybody know
I've
this?
heard that. I've heard that.
I've never heard this in my life.
Not the case.
I've heard that before, but I've never seen any data or testing to prove it. But I have heard people say that.
The data I have regarding that is coax. Mind you, you connect to coax with a modem. So you're literally doing pulses with different frequencies in an analog modulation. That adds delay. And based on how the wire is done, you're making a telephone call. With the fiber, your limit is how it bounces off the side of the tube, and the phase shift on each end of the line. But from what I've read, fiber is roughly 99.9% the speed of light. Cable is, in ideal conditions, 99.5%.
Yep, that sounds more correct.
All right, I got an adjacent question to this. When do you think AT&T will launch their fixed wireless product? And what do you think it's going to be priced at?
Controversial hot take. My answer is never.
Well, we know that's not true.
Why?
We were, have you been listening to the Week with Roger podcast, Dennis? They had a guest from AT&T on who not so subtly alluded to the fact that they will have a fixed wireless internet product. They already have one, but you know what I mean. Like, they'll revamp it to be a little bit more competitive.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys realize that like AT&T is actually the most appropriately equipped to do fixed wireless access. They own so much fiber.
Like they have so much LTE.
Well, Pete, the way I'm looking at it is this. They actually have more C-band than Verizon does right now. They have 80 megahertz and Verizon has 60. You know, like if we're talking just straight up license access.
Yeah, but they have 80 megahertz in 3 markets.
Yeah, but the reason why I was saying what I was saying was because I thought AT&T was really gung-ho on focusing on just the fiber product. So
yeah, I don't think that's gonna.
They're gonna go to Los Angeles, Colorado, and build out fiber. No, they're gonna put on another T1 line and do fixed wireless there.
100%.
Hold up, T1 lines. That's what T-Mobile uses. Get it right.
Crazy. I can't believe these things are set on here.
But listen.
Hey,
wait, there's
Verizon, at least when they offer the fixed wireless, they're going to upgrade the site from that ISDN line on band 13.
Hey, listen, there's a comment on here, and I see this come up every time we talk about this kind of stuff, and I just want to reiterate, it doesn't make sense. It comes from Dee Dee. They said they hope to watch this shut companies like Comcast down completely. Their monopolies have lasted long enough. I want to say something. Monopolies, period, are bad. If Comcast goes away and Verizon becomes your only option, then Verizon just becomes the new Comcast.
You're right, Dennis. But this goes to show you the venom, the disdain, the absolute animosity that people have towards cable ISPs. Because for the last 3-4 decades, this is what it's been.
This right here is why T-Mobile and Verizon fixed home internet is cannibalizing cable.
Yes, but let's be clear about something real quick, okay? You can hate a company all you want, but there's a reason why people think Comcast is a monopoly, right? Because technically speaking,
they're not. They're a cartel.
But wait, hear me out real quick. Because technically speaking, right? Technically, I'm not saying this is real competition, but technically speaking, we have had other options: satellite, DSL. Technically speaking, those are other choices, right? But no one picks them because they're garbage. They're garbage, right? They're garbage in comparison.
My car has faster throughput for internet than satellite.
I'm aware. I'm just
Prius, dog.
My
Prius.
My point in this extreme example here, okay, is that
called driving to a city for a hotspot.
My point in this extreme example here is that in order for there to be real competition, you need viable options against one another. And by that, I mean fixed wireless today. I don't care what people say. I'm sorry. But fixed wireless today is not a better alternative than traditional options that are available, which are cable and fiber. They're just not. They're not there.
Wait. Can we just backtrack a little bit? I heard you say that there was competition, and then you mentioned satellite internet providers. And then you just said, "Yep, fixed wireless is not legit competition."
You're missing the point of the example here.
Hold on. I'm actually going to agree with Dennis on this one. If the Spectrum internet, okay, I have a scenario. Okay, if the Spectrum internet is so trash that it constantly cuts out and they have no intentions of fixing it, aka investing in that neighborhood, your Starlink option is looking pretty good at $110. No joke.
Moose, we're not talking Starlink. We're talking.
No, I know, but that's a satellite option. Now, also, that what's really good in that area,
markets with in certain markets, most of which already have two high-end options.
Right, and then I was saying the secondary option that you can also consider is the T-Mobile or Verizon Home Internet solution. That if it's close enough to the site and you're getting better than DSL 50 by 10, you're good.
Right.
So,
but it's hard.
Moose, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I relocated and I did not do any remote work, fixed wireless is a tempting option because, I may stream a little bit of YouTube TV and some Hulu during the day and play some games, and that's about it. And fixed wireless, the price point and the performance are there, and I don't have to deal with a cartel member.
So listen, you guys are missing the extreme point of this analogy. My point that I was trying to target here is that you need a comparable product to what is being offered at that time. The reason why DSL isn't a real comparator to cable is because DSL wasn't able to offer the speeds. They didn't offer the latency. Reliability was oftentimes suspect. DSL oftentimes had even more egregious data caps that were even less than 1.2 terabytes. Like, there's reasons why DSL wasn't actually a true comparator.
Are you talking about DSL, ADSL, VDSL, or VDSL2?
I'm talking about the kind that Verizon has, where it's really like 3 meg in most of the places. And
that's ADSL.
Yeah, so
VDSL2, by the way,
I know it's
up to 150.
Yeah, in an ideal setting, yes. But okay, again, getting away from the point that I'm trying to focus on here. It needs to be comparable. It needs to be competitive. Current modern day iteration of fixed wireless, as it stands today, I don't care what anybody says, is not comparable to current day cable offerings, and it's definitely not comparable to fiber offerings. I'm not saying. Please let me finish. I'm not saying that fixed wireless can't get better and be capable of truly competing with cable on equal footing, especially when we're talking about millimeter wave. But the current mid-band iteration, regardless of what people say, is not a comparable product to a cable offering if we're talking about performance.
Well, obviously, there's no point in arguing with you because you disregard everything everyone else says. But I think, while maybe not comparable as phrased, I think it's competitive. Sneed said at the beginning of the show, it's clear people are trying to sign up for this stuff in droves. Why is that? Forget the performance. They need home internet that works. Fixed wireless can deliver that. As Pete mentioned, you can stream your Netflix, you can stream your Hulu, you can do
YouTube
internet
TV.
stuff. If you're not working from home, it's going to be fine. It's affordable, and it's offering something that no one has ever offered in the wired industry. What do you call this industry? The internet ISP. No one's ever offered good customer service, and this is a chance that maybe this is better. And even if it's not better, at least your bill won't change on you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
that's what the people want. I mean,
Wait. You're based on your use experience, your bill might go down temporarily with fixed wireless at the moment.
Well, I mean, if they
Even
lock
better.
you in, and like right now, Pete, it's structured as $25 a month if you have wireless service with them.
Yep.
Right. The regular pricing is $40 to $60.
Yep.
It's still fair. Because I mean, even what T-Mobile's $50 with autopay, $60 without autopay.
So
I do
I'm
50 with
I'm
autopay.
gonna make a point here real quick. The only form of fixed wireless that I would argue is like close to comparable is the business offering that Verizon has, where they actually do guarantee the speed, where you get a set guaranteed speed minimum, like what Carlos was testing. But if we're talking about the residential offerings, the T-Mobile one, the Verizon one, I stick by what I said.
Yeah, but Dennis, like WOW Communications, have you heard of them? WOW?
Yes, I've heard of WOW.
They promise you up to 100 megabits per second home internet. You can get 10.
Mm-hmm.
10.
That's why we need the nutrition labels where it says amortized peak speeds.
Yeah, like this is cable has been just as guilty of those same symptoms for a long time.
So
if we look at third-party collected data, including data that was collected by the FTC themselves, we'll see that traditional ISPs, like wired ISPs across the board, I'm not just talking about cable, I'm just talking across the board, like cable, fiber, etc., all generally over-provisioned by 10 to 20% of the speeds advertised.
So Comcast in Boulder, Colorado, I have this one person I work with. We got a DOCSIS 3.1 modem, a Wi-Fi 6 router. They're paying for 300 down, 25 up. Solid router, solid modem. During times of daylight hours, they occasionally encounter 150 down, directly plugged into the router. And this is Boulder, Colorado, where Comcast is competing against Lumen Fiber.
Hey,
so
this has to be mentioned. Dennis's future father-in-law, the CEO, what's his first name? Brian Roberts.
Oh,
he's your future father-in-law, right? Okay.
I mean, you know what? I'd be down for that. He's a multi-billionaire, so
he said in the last earnings report that it's difficult to switch internet providers. So guess what I did? The moment I saw that or I heard that, I ordered my parents the Verizon Home Internet in 3 clicks. 3 clicks. He said it was hard to switch internet providers. 3 clicks. I went and picked it up from the Verizon store in Berea, and I dropped it off to my parents' house. I activated it on the road at a red light.
People like that.
Do that.
I plugged in my inverter into my car, and I activated the Verizon C-band home internet in the car. And I dropped it off to my parents. I said, here you go, plug it in. You're good to go. Here's the password on the back. Bro, 3 clicks, 5-minute drive, and I set it up on the way to them. And I said, here you go. And your father-in-law said it's too hard to switch ISPs.
Sneed, I promise you one thing. If he was my father-in-law, I'd be having Gigabit Pro set up at my house. Okay, let's get one thing straight. All right.
So let's get this straight. Darian Smith chimes in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity, Darian Smith. He says, if your whole house is running on fixed wireless, you better hope your tower site doesn't go down and it has backup power. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
He does have a point there, Sneed.
Well, because I've got a counterpoint to this. First of all, Darian, thank you so much for the support of this channel. It really means a lot. Maybe not to me, but to Sneed and to everyone here. Dennis, what happens to your fiber when the power goes out?
Well, I have backup power, but it would go out otherwise.
Yeah, there you go. So it goes out, guys. If there's weather,
I go to bed.
Your backup power will not fix the issue at the PFP, Dennis. Because if the power to the PFP goes down, you're done.
So when my power goes out, and this happens on all towers, I go, can't use the internet. I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
So I think...
hold up. Those Stetson, I don't know if you've encountered a power failure here. They generally have it back up within 2 hours.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. It's been pretty quick. It's like, the power's out. I guess that goes today. And then I'll check back in an hour to be like, I guess I actually can do work.
I think the point that's being made here is, I think the point that's being made here, though, is that if you're having problems with your cell phone service, you're going to have problems with your home internet. Whereas if you have a separate home internet provider and you have problems with your cell phone service, you can connect to Wi-Fi, or vice versa. If you're having problems with Wi-Fi, now you have your cell phones back.
You might not have the same problems.
All right, so Shay 17, I totally agree. The only tower that doesn't have backup power in my area, that serves my home, is T-Mobile. They don't have a generator on site. So when the internet goes out, if it's because of power, then your T-Mobile home internet's going to be out. So you're going to be without internet until they get the power back up.
Right? Wait. Shay. Commenter. Shay. Cox goes out only once a month for you?
Bro, I used to have Cox outages
daily?
Daily. 3-4 times a day.
I remember Comcast once a week, internet's down for an hour.
Wow.
And that's a long one.
Sheesh.
I mean, I do respect people that have a backup internet provider. I respect it. Dennis has 2 incredible options. He's got Fios Fiber, and then you still have the other one too, right? You still have the Comcast?
I have Comcast.
Okay.
It's used for my work computer. It's the only thing that's connected to that internet.
If my fiber goes down, I'm going to just hotspot off of something.
Well, that's the thing. Not only do I have those 2 connections as backups, I also have AT&T hotspot, Verizon hotspot, and T-Mobile hotspot. I am internet connected. I
got FirstNet. I got Los Mobile Magenta, Los Blue, Los Red. I got My Red. I got Pete Magenta. I have.
Hopefully soon it's going to be another Magenta Ultimate.
Yeah, I mean we have so many connections. We're spoiled rotten. Mm-hmm. Dennis, I'm pretty sure that Stetson has 15 SIM cards in his wallet.
Oh yeah, he has the same. Hold up. Let me.
What do you have?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sneed.
What do you got?
Sneed, he has one of these. Have 15 SIM cards all active and ready to go at a moment's notice. That would come on. Who does that? No one's crazy enough to do that.
I have most of mine in phones at the moment, but I do have one of these.
I'm pretty sure.
I only have 4. Most of them are, in my Pixel case.
I'm pretty sure Stetson and Carlos, the only 2 guys with more than 10 SIMs I know. I can't think. I mean,
it's a problem.
Yeah, it's my wife actually. When I first got my second phone, I mean now I have 4, but when I first got a second phone, my wife literally thought something was going on. She's like, "What is happening right now?"
I have 9. I have 9, Sneed. I'm 1 shy of 10.
My wife on this Fold 2 said, "What the hell are you using that for?"
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, my coworkers, my coworkers think I'm kind of crazy. They think I'm crazy.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I told them about the 30 terabyte thing that I did too, and they were just Josh.
Yeah, did you?
Max.
I was thinking about that. Do you run out of storage on your NAS?
Oh no,
that's going to be your bottleneck at some point.
Oh no.
Okay.
How much do I spend on services, man? I'm
I just calculated this. I had to file my taxes. I don't know if you guys have made progress on that.
I'm $3,000 a year.
Oh, really?
I got money back because of cuts.
This is the first year I actually got money back too, because I had a missing stimulus check that I didn't get apparently, and there was a short period of time there where I was in between work. So yeah, I got money back this year. It was good.
That's great. There you go. It was $3,123.82 on cell service in 2021, which is $260 per month.
For 11 voice lines, 1 tablet line, 2 watches, 2 finance phones, I'm paying $340 a month.
All right, Pete. Someone's getting a good deal.
EM Tech asked a great question.
Yes, thank you, EM Tech, for your $5 super chat. You were generous. He says, so for all those phones, how many do you carry with you daily? Right now, I'm up to 3. 2.
So daily, the reason why I converted to an iPhone 13 Pro Max is I got all my important SIMs on this one phone. So believe it or not, on the daily, I carry around one phone. Unless I'm making a conscientious decision to actually do network testing, in which case it'll be about 3.
Tomorrow.
You can't spoil it, Sneed.
All I said was tomorrow. I didn't spoil anything, bro. Yesterday, tomorrow, today. What the hell?
This is supposed to be my surprise bomb show, okay? But
All
yes,
right,
I am doing something special tomorrow.
EM Tech, my strategy has I just leave one phone kind of in every room. So if I'm downstairs in the kitchen, there's one right there. Can use that, get distracted on Twitter. I keep one in my bedroom, so it's right there, ready to get distracted on Twitter at a moment's notice. Keep one in some other rooms. And then when I actually leave, I just take one phone. Like, I need the phone that has my phone number on it, is what it comes down to. And 2 phones is scary because the camera lenses on the back will actually scratch the glass on your other phones. And so I guess I should just like slap some cases on, and they'll be good to go.
Dude, my problem with having multiple phones is because I like big phones. I just don't have the pocket space, dude. Like, legitimately.
You're slacking on pockets.
Bro,
listen, I wear like
backpack. Man purse. Dennis, you can get a man purse.
Dude, you know, I need a man purse.
Slap them in there.
Yeah, I need like one of those like
Merce.
British. I need like one of those British style ones though, or like one of those like tiny backpacks that go over like the thing. But no,
Are you talking about a satchel?
A satchel.
Yeah.
We could retrofit a satchel with like an accordion style binder and just slot the phone, like one phone in each little area.
Yeah, dude. And then we could have like a little custom slot just for my SIM ejector tool.
On average, my pockets are this deep.
Yeah, well, Stetson's seen what kind of pants are. I like these like zipper Hurley pants. They're kind of like skater shorts that you would see like packs on. And they're like 2 zipper pockets. And that's all I got to work with. They're my favorite kind of pants to wear. So
I wear khakis with deep pockets, but then again, I do work and I periodically need like 6 of these.
You guys remember
2 phones and a tablet in them.
You guys remember the fanny packs on the front?
Look at these comments. Look at these comments.
Fanny pack. On it, you know, that's a good. I don't know though. I feel like RF waves in that area. Maybe you do fanny pack on the back.
Well, Ram said I'm gonna be radioactive, and Darian Smith said I should get a Gucci bag.
So Stetson, there's actually research done on that. 2G phones actually do that.
Oh,
yeah.
So we're gonna be fine. Cells. We're turning off all the problem frequencies.
Yeah, the 5G.
Great, sign me up. More 5G.
Yeah. 5G.
Oh.
5 ginger beer.
Wait, who just said that in the background?
Get a grenade belt? What is this? Can you imagine Dennis with his denim shorts and a tucked-in T-shirt rocking the Fanny
Dude,
Pack?
I'm picturing the grenade. No, I'm picturing the grenade belt real quick. I'm just whipping out phones like a freaking action movie. Like, boom, speed test. Verizon mmWave, 4 gigs. T-Mobile coming in at 1.2. Oh, snap.
He's got a case.
Custom cases. Where can we buy one, Stetson?
Well, if you watch a video on my channel, there's a link in the description. You can check it out. But I got a 5G phone case because I wanted the extra 5G. You know.
Yeah. So is that an LTE only phone?
No, Pete's an iPhone 13 Pro. It can do the 5G stuff.
Scientists have not proven that case cannot or could possibly not improve 5G experience. Who knows?
It's improving my 5G experience. I'll tell you that right now.
Wait. Oh, David said that. Can you imagine Dennis with his denim shorts and tucked in T-shirt, rocking the fanny pack, tube socks, and New Balances?
So I'm gonna roll this back to the topic.
What was the topic?
AT&T is scaling N77. Does that mean they're upping it from 7 markets to 10?
Well, everybody's sending me the permits, and I'm starting to see gear going up on sites.
It's up in Philly.
We knew Indianapolis had it, which is what Zach sent.
It's up in Philly.
Yeah.
Hey, going off topic again. Stetson, you like dogs?
Oh, I love dog. Dog's literally in my last name.
I know. We got a Bernese Mountain Dog puppy.
Oh my God, Pete, that is awesome. That is so exciting.
So
How's
yeah,
the training coming along, Pete?
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. Breaking news from PA Speed Testing Adventures. I think that's PA Tech, I assume.
It is.
Okay, cool. He said N77 spot in Pittsburgh. Now that's going to make testing exciting. He might be alluring to the drum bops that I have for you guys tomorrow. Make sure you check that out on the Best Phone Plan channel tomorrow.
So yeah, Stetson and I are going to have to do burgers at some point in the future.
Yeah, so true.
So going back to an actual topic, I want to go back to home internet talk for a quick second. I want to like for a quick moment. I want to go back.
You want to go and you want to beat this dead horse some more? Right on. I'm with you. Let's do it.
Take it to the glue factory like CDMA.
I do want to beat the horse because I have a question I actually sincerely want to ask. So, Sneed, earlier in the show, you said demand for fixed wireless was far outpacing supply. Do you think that the carriers will notice that and become less aggressive with the price points that they're setting for the fixed wireless, i.e. maybe Verizon goes away from $25 price mark and bumps up to, say, $40 to increase ARPU, and that T-Mobile maybe goes from 50 to 60?
No.
I think you just continue with your pricing, you continue with your upgrades. You're trying to match demand. You're trying to
non-Verizon business, and I believe non-T-Mobile business, I haven't tested, they're already monetizing slag spectrum in the FDD range.
How about data caps? Do you think they'll bring data caps onto fixed wireless plans like cable's done, or most ISPs have done actually?
So how are you going to get people to leave Cox and Comcast and all these other ISPs? Part of the selling point is the fact that you're not getting metered data.
Yeah, when Comcast tells you it's going to be an extra $25 every time you go above
50.
a terabyte.
50, Pete.
50?
50.
How the hell are they still in business?
I'm telling, they're charging 50 to go over the terabyte.
No, wait, you talking about Comcast or who?
All of them. Cox, Comcast.
Oh, no. Comcast.
Comcast.
No, hold up. Comcast lowered that across the board. It's $30 if you're using your own equipment to remove the data cap. However, if you rent their gateway, you can get what's called Xfi Complete, and that includes the mode. So you get the modem rental plus the unlimited data for a total of $25.
$15 a month.
No, $25.
That's worse.
It's modem rental plus unlimited data equals $25 total. Because $14 for the modem rental, $11 for the unlimited.
So they're upcharging you to go above the data cap. This is why people are leaving their service.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and this is the cold hard truth. There are more ISPs in this country that actually have data caps than there are that don't have data caps. The only ISPs that I'm cognizantly aware of that don't have data caps are the following: Spectrum because of the merger agreement, and they already tried bidding with the FCC to be able to enroll data caps.
Fiber providers.
Verizon Fios doesn't have a data cap. AT&T has data caps actually on their DSL product, but not on their fiber product. They got rid of it on their fiber product. And Frontier and CenturyLink fiber.
By the way, CenturyLink does not have a data cap on their fiber.
Yeah, I just said
pretty
CenturyLink.
sure that's actually a good option in Boulder.
Yeah.
CenturyLink. I think it's cheaper than Nextlight.
It is. It's 45. No, it's 45 for gig, isn't it?
80.
Wait a minute.
I'll be darned.
I thought Carlos was paying like 45.
Customary, methodical, slow claps, please.
But here's the thing: the 80 for fiber, they bundle in an $80 landline.
Yeah, screw that.
Hey, the landline's good.
Yeah, it's a landline though. It's 2022. We don't need it.
Hey, screw you.
Dude, the only reason you would get a landline is for like a security system that requires it, or if you were doing like some type of like specific
Old
niche
business?
use case. Even for a business, man. I mean, just do a digital like VoIP, like a Viaphone, and have it routed to like everybody's cell phone with like some type of call forwarding app or something.
Nope.
All right,
Go
I have a
landline.
completely different, unrelated topic that it could be very brief. Have you guys, or do you guys think about or talk about some of the crowd-built networks that are going on right now, like Helium or Pollen Mobile? I was curious if you have heard of them or if you talked about them. I'm curious to learn more myself, so
We've actually talked about Helium on this channel.
I brought it up, I think.
Yeah.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Really?
What?
Tell me more. Why do you think
Yeah,
that?
I want to hear this too. Why?
It
I should cancel my
It
order.
involves cryptocurrency and people reselling their previously existing data cap connection.
Yeah, but if you don't have a data cap, then it's basically free money.
It's free cryptocurrency.
Yeah, there's a difference there. I cannot pay my bank in crypto.
Okay, even if there wasn't money involved, it's an awesome community project. I mean, imagine how sick it would be if basically picture expanding Wi-Fi hotspots, but actually free and accessible to everybody. That's basically what it offers.
let's change the term here. Let's not consider it crypto. Let's consider it CCP, social credit score.
Okay.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You're basically using play money to stroke yourself with that.
Yeah.
Sign me up. That's what I'm looking for. That sounds
Oh.
You guys ever hear what Charlie Munger said about cryptocurrency?
No, I don't even know who
Is
he
it along the lines of what I say?
It's probably worse. All right, so for Dennis, you said you don't know who Charlie Munger is?
Nope.
All right, so Charlie Munger is like this 98-year-old dude. Him and his like best friend Warren Buffett, they've been investing in the stock market since like 1938. Like I'm not even joking. Their first stocks they bought in like the 40s. So they're like multi-billion-dollar value, whatever. They own everything. They have Berkshire, which is like Berkshire Hathaway,
which owns like half the country. Yeah,
exactly right. So this is big money. And like somebody asked Charlie Munger, or maybe it was Warren Buffett, I forget. They're like, "What do you think of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin?" And he's like, "You know what Bitcoin is? Bitcoin is a teenager who finds a dog that pooped on the ground. He put the poop in a bag, and then he sold it to his neighbor, and you feel left out."
I do actually. Is that still an option to get this, or is that opportunity's gone now?
Well, the crazy.
So that's
he's
actually,
right though. He's right. Think about it. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. You're literally playing others on perceived value of something that doesn't exist.
So can I say something? I disagree.
That's better than what I say.
I disagree. I think so. Here's the thing. I think cryptocurrencies actually, sincerely, as a technology, do make sense. I don't necessarily know if they're a way, like this whole idea of it doubling its value as quickly as it has been. Like that's definitely like not how it would work.
Especially
but as a way,
when it plummeted to 30% overnight.
But as a method of like actually being like a way to like have a currency that's easy to actually have transaction that doesn't require traditional banks and helps make the world a closer place. I think
Dennis,
Hmm.
there are banks just by different names. You have to have third-party brokers that you pay to validate the fact their transaction existed, i.e., a bank.
But you don't actually. You don't have to have a broker. You can get cryptocurrency without going through one of those brokers. Like I could go up to you and be like, here's $500 cash.
No, you cannot commit a change to the blockchain unless you have multiple third parties validating the fact you committed a transaction, and that costs money. Therefore, you're actually paying more than if you went through a bank.
I think the important thing here is that crypto's caused a pretty huge spike in SIM swapping hacks. So it's important to secure your account, right?
Yep.
You got to go in your Verizon account. You got to make sure that's safe and secure. You got to enable your two-factor authentication on US Mobile. You got to turn on the T-Mobile, what do you call it? Someone help me out here. There's
Scam Shield.
Scam Shield. You got to turn those things on.
I have Business Port Protect.
Nice, Peter. That's how it's done. That's what I'm talking about.
I supposedly
have to ramble off a 13-digit PIN, and for a port out, they need to mail something to me.
Wait, just record scratch, rewind. They need to mail you something, Peter? That's what you said? Wow. Yes. Oh my God.
I supposedly
they mail it to my registered business address, and then I have to call them up with the code and authorize it. Just like the IRS.
So, Pete, I supposedly have a port out protection in place, as well as a thing on my account that's supposed to stop SIM swapping, but T-Mobile tends to disregard it.
You guys know I'm contemplating putting my main line into a VoLTE flip phone, a non-smartphone.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I have all these other lines.
Sneed, my main line. Okay?
Yeah, bro. My main line that I call like my mom, my dad, my wife, my family.
6-day battery life.
Yeah. Like I could have that phone just for my main number that doesn't need a data connection.
You know, Sneed, first off, just please don't. But secondarily, do you know what you should actually do with your main line? This will be the smarter move. Put it inside of Google. Put it inside of Google Voice. Put it inside of a Google Voice account. That way you can access across all your different phones. But also, more importantly, Google Voice is actually quite rather secure compared to your traditional carrier.
Can't do that. You lose iMessage.
He said he doesn't need to use it for call. He would just be using it for calling and texting. He said, not iMessage.
Also, he doesn't use iMessage.
Yes, he does.
Then you miss out on iMessage. The point remains.
Who needs iMessage?
Wait, he uses iMessage. He uses iMessage.
I do use iMessage, but only from my email address.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Like,
all right, this begs the question then.
Yes.
What's the best flip phone on the market right now?
That's what I need to know before I make my purchase. I need to know.
We need to know.
Because I can't activate my old Motorola Razr.
All right, Sneed, I have a solution. We go in to our local Target store or a Best Buy or a Target or a Walmart.
No,
instead of spending $1,000 on a flagship phone, we buy all the flip phones
for $1,000.
For $1,000, and then we'll figure it out. That's the only solution.
Don't go. I know who actually makes the best flip phones. Sneed?
Motorola
quality.
Motorola.
Well, no. It's the Japanese ones, dude. The Japanese, bro. Like the Sony flip phone. Dude.
What would you be sacrificing in band compatibility by moving to a flip phone?
A lot. Band 71 for T-Mobile.
He's on Verizon.
Bro, remember, throughput doesn't matter at all.
He can live that band 13 life.
I could be connected to a single carrier, a single band. 5 megahertz.
Nokia.
Dude, Nokia would actually be legit.
Jason D chimes in with a $2 super chat. He's putting his money where his mouth is. Thank you so much for your generosity, Jason D. He says the Nokia 2720.
You know what's funny is before he commented that, I actually was looking it up on Verizon's website as we were talking. I just posted a link in the chat. private chat to us so you can see it. But Sneed, you could finance it for 36 months for $2.22 per month.
I don't need to finance anything.
Kira Sarah.
It's $80. It's $80.
Bro, that's a legit Nokia flip. Wow.
Yeah. Hold up. We got two people saying Kira Sarah. That is a Japanese defense company. So that should be able to handle, light military use.
Yo, Dennis, are you serious about this flip phone here? Like, this is the move?
I mean, I don't know, Sneed. I'm looking at these reviews on the Verizon website. It takes a lot to write a review on a Verizon website, right?
I mean, it runs Android. It has big buttons. It has Google Assistant, so you can talk.
1.8 out of 5 stars. Okay,
bro, that is awful. Actually, you know what? That's horrible and awful. That is awful.
I mean, it's a flip phone.
Only 15% of reviewers recommend this product.
I mean, it's a flip phone.
All right,
hey,
Pete got me on something. What is this?
I put a link in chat for what Los is using.
If you read the reviews, though, for why people are saying 1 star, it's like Jerry. This phone is all caps. Hold up. Let me read Jerry's comment real quick, please. Jerry, all caps. This phone is too big and too heavy for shirt pocket. It also has 2 sharp corners. It's very hard to work and understand. I retired old LG. It was small and simple. Speed dial on this phone is not good. Verizon, please go back to LG flip phones and
stop yelling.
No, it's all caps. It's all yelling. I pronounced it exactly as spelled.
Los's phone, the one that he's using, the flip one, that actually looks pretty badass.
Yeah, it's got a nice rugged design. Looks like some nice tactile keys.
Well, what do you expect? It's a Japanese defense contractor.
It looks like it's got you have to unscrew the bottom to access the battery.
You can replace the battery.
Replace the battery? Sneed, that's a big plus.
What's the MSRP on this bad boy?
Do you want the non-camera version or the camera version?
No camera.
All right. It's loading.
$250.
$240 for the camera version.
No, that's a non-camera.
Yeah, non-camera.
The camera version.
$240 also.
Yeah, no, it was the camera. Yeah.
Nice.
So you just take it with the. Bro, I remember I had a flip phone with a camera, and I sent a picture to someone, and they asked me who was in the picture. It was me.
Yeah, this Kioxia only has 3 reviews, and it has 2.7 stars.
What's it called? Kioxia?
This
Kyocera.
Kyocera.
Kyo. There's no Cairo.
Kyocera.
Kyocera.
Yeah, so does this make it a bad phone? Because 2 people gave it 2 stars, and that's like most of the reviews.
Darian Smith is chiming in with a $5.
Ironically, it's 2.7 stars when you aggregate all reviews together, which is more than the previous phone.
Is there any flip phones that are 4-star rated?
No, not in the US.
Yes, by accident.
Not literally. No, seriously. If you click on the basic filters tab for Verizon and look at every single flip phone,
why do I have to buy it from Verizon though?
I kid you not. Every single one of them, from TCL to Nokia to Orbic to Kazuna, Kioxia, and Alcatel all have less than 4 stars.
So we got a $5 super chat from Darian Smith. Thank you so much for your generosity, Darian Smith.
Thanks, Darian.
Says, when would you estimate AT&T turning on C-band in the San Francisco Bay Area or Oakland, that SoCal market? I don't see any towers being upgraded out here unless I'm blind. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. The best way of figuring this out is looking for your county building permits and see if AT&T or one of their contractors is posting a tower update.
I think that's the move. I don't have anything to add.
Agreed.
Because I don't think any of us on here know anybody who does builds for AT&T in Southern California.
It's true.
Hey, Sneed, I got a random question real fast. If I went on a live stream and read comments that I thought were funny verbatim out loud, like I just did, would you watch and find that entertaining? Or reviews, excuse me. Reviews for products.
It was kind of rough as you were yelling with the caps. I'll be honest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just gotta turn down your headphones, Sneed. Just
Right.
Just have an alert, just like eardrums be destroyed in 2 seconds.
Sweet. Hey, I gotta bounce, you guys, but it was super fun hopping on. Thanks so much for having me. Great discussion. Good luck with the whole fixed wireless thing and figuring if that's good or bad or not.
Damn it, we're gonna have to meet up soon.
Absolutely.
Also, Stetson, when are you gonna come to Pittsburgh, my man? I still gotta get you some permanis.
Great question. We're still thinking about that. All right, take care, gentlemen.
Take it easy, Stetson. Thank you.
See, Dennis, it's quite a bit easier because he's 7 minutes south of me.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worth it, man. Have you ever had? Wait, hold up. Do you know what a pierogi is, Pete?
Yeah, they're these potato starch, potato flour, potato meat based Polish things that I fry in peanut oil with beef and chicken and even more sweet potato inside.
So I asked because Stetson had no clue what it was. Near did most of his friend group. Apparently, it's like an East Coast thing.
It's a Polish thing.
Well, I know it's a Polish thing, but I'm saying like an East Coast Polish thing. Like there has to be Polish people in central parts of America, but apparently no one knew what it was.
Well, he didn't ask me.
Also, fun fact.
But yeah, I make pierogies.
Do you know some of our mascots for the Pirates baseball team? We actually have like pierogies, and during the games, they'll run around the racetrack. They'll literally do a pierogi race.
Yep.
Pete, Sneed, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, dude, Pittsburghers love pierogies.
But yeah, I make pierogies. And they're gluten-free.
You didn't cook anything for me while I was there.
Nobody asked.
I definitely asked you before I came. I was like, I can't wait to eat some of your food. Never happened. But
at some point, I'm going to have to spend like 3 or 4 days near Sneed and spoil his wife and him.
Sneed needs I need to eat at Sneed's Bakery still. He owes me a dessert. He owes me a dessert. You told me you were going to give me some shawarma or some kind of dessert or something.
Yeah, shawarma. Oh, the knafa, the dessert. Yeah.
So shawarma, you want a little hot in your tahini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete, you had the beef shawarma, or did you have the falafel? What'd you have?
I got the beef.
You got the beef shawarma
because you had no goat.
Yeah, we only do special order on the goat, Pete. You got because nobody else asked for it, bro. It's a rarity. Like if you were to say, hey, could you do goat? We can make the arrangements, man.
Hey, question.
I'm gonna have to coordinate an old pay.
When you get goat, do you actually get the whole goat and butcher it up yourself, or do you get pre-cut?
No, we'll if a customer's asking for it, we'll ask them what part they want. Do they want a leg?
I like the hook.
See, everybody's got a different thing. So, for example, dude, there's lamb tongue sandwiches, dog.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
People and they'll just got to request, man. You ask for it and you shall receive.
I mean, you've had beef tongue before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you prepare it right, it's
bro. The first time I had oxtail, it was incredible.
Right?
You just got to try them. All this stuff is delicious.
Only if you season it the correct way.
Listen,
100%.
I'm gonna say something. I'm the kind of guy where if it's edible, I'll eat it. I've literally, without shame, I've eaten crickets, I've eaten scorpions, I've eaten rabbit, I've eaten deer, I've eaten frog, elk, bear, deer. I didn't say testicles, but I've had elk.
I've had all those.
Turtle, snail.
How's turtle, Dennis? Tell me about that.
Well, turtle soup is what I specifically had, and I had it down in the Grand Cayman Islands, and it was good.
Yeah.
I've had everything you've mentioned except for turtle.
Turtle's good. Everybody, most things, it kind of tastes like chicken.
I've had Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah.
Isn't that bull testicle? Yeah, okay.
Hey, Stephen A. Smith chimes in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Stephen A. Smith. He's wondering if AT&T will add international day passes to Elite.
I bet yes.
I think
I also bet yes.
I think you can actually buy those on Elite already, not just
No,
having it included.
he's saying included like how Verizon is doing like one per month or whatever the thing is with the Go More or Get More, whatever
Dude,
they're calling it.
Verizon just added like an international calling feature.
You talking about the data passes for $10 a day?
I don't know. I don't know if it was like data roaming. I think it was.
So T-Mobile, I know in Europe, if I pay like $15, I can get 30 gigs of 4G roaming over there. Robert Dunn chimes in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity, Roger. He says, when Dennis said he eats crickets, I thought he meant the wireless carrier. Cricket is actually pretty good. They're actually kind of interesting when they're hopping.
Do you dust them, Pete, before you get them?
Depends on the style.
I mean, when I had them, because we got to use the past tense here. I don't eat them as a main course meal all the time. When I had them, I had them in like a snack box. They were French onion style, so they just taste like French onion chips. And I had them at the there's like a creation museum somewhere down in like Virginia. I think I went to when I was in like high school or something. I used it as an excuse to get out of school.
Sounds like a good place to avoid.
Yeah, I mean, I used that as an excuse to get out of school, like I said.
Hey, you had the Chantel coverage, so it was all good.
I mean, like I said, I used it as an excuse to get out of school. I was in high school.
I hear you, man. Verizon Travel Pass, $10 a day for half a gig of data.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Hold up. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but hot take here in defending Verizon. Day Pass, Travel Pass from Verizon is better than the international roaming from T-Mobile because at least you get a half a gig of high-speed data and then it's all at 2G speeds. T-Mobile got you stuck on 2G speeds from the rip. So
what can they sell you, though? What does T-Mobile offer?
Sneed, our planes get 3G speeds.
What can you pay for high speed?
If you're on Max, not regular Magenta. And
no, business.
Oh, you're talking about business. I'm sorry.
So Dennis, what can you pay for to get you high speed as like an add-on?
I think they literally charge comparable pricing. I think it's like $10 for maybe a whole gig on T-Mobile or something.
They do, to my knowledge, they do what it would cost for that data on the DT or DT child network.
So basically, if you're taking your T-Mobile line with you overseas, your calling and texting is fine, so you can continue.
Hold up, no, your calling is on a per minute rate. Your texting is included.
No, your calling is per minute if you're on mobile data, but you have unlimited Wi-Fi calling.
Yes, but let's be real here. If you're calling, you're probably not going to be on Wi-Fi calling.
I don't know. I've called from an Airbnb.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably, plan your way around that.
You better have airplane mode on. I'm just saying that right now. Make sure Wi-Fi assist is turned on because you might hop off that Wi-Fi.
Okay,
connection.
so with 2G speeds, would the throughput be enough to where you could do a voice call on FaceTime audio?
No.
What does
not
it need?
reliably?
What does FaceTime audio need?
At least Wi-Fi. No. I would say at least 512 kilobits per second, absolute bare bones minimum.
So 3G speeds.
Yeah.
Hey, Sneed.
Yes, sir.
T-Mobile business plan, you can do that.
We're covered. Yeah.
I'm saying bare minimum. Like it's going to be sketch. That's bare minimum. Ideally, you'd want like 1.5 meg.
Yeah.
Depends on traffic. You could do that.
Might have to take the AT&T line then.
Dude, AT&T actually, I know it's expensive.
Same phone.
I know it's expensive, but AT&T actually has a really good like roaming thing. I mean, the fact that you get true unlimited high-speed data, like actual true unlimited high-speed data, that's pretty legit.
By the way,
isn't Deutsche Telekom they are the majority stakeholder on T-Mobile, aren't they?
Yes, they've been increasing their stakeholding too. In fact, they were selling off other ownership in other T-Mobile parts. I think it was like T-Mobile Netherlands or something. Austria, okay. And they were using that money to buy more stake in the U.S. And I think their U.S. stock holdings.
By the way, they're still like 55% of Austria.
But I think T-Mobile US ends up making up like 50 or something or 55% of Deutsche Telekom's evaluation.
It's 55%. And They're actually using that to deploy fiber in Germany.
I saw.
I thought
Not the U.S., but
I
Germany.
thought they went over 50% once they got the Sprint shares.
They did.
I wonder how Running Flame is coming up with that 48.5%.
I mean, prior to them getting the SoftBank shares,
Right.
they were at 48.5.
Yeah, but I know that those SoftBank shares definitely took them over 50%.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm glad Germany's getting more fiber, but how nice would it have been if Deutsche Telekom actually invested fiber in the U.S., the one thing that T-Mobile needs more than anything in the world, and the one
Bro,
thing...
do you know how intimidating that is? That's a lot of space out here, dog.
There's a lot of cows. I mean, look at the state of Wyoming.
How about we just start off with like the cities? Like, come on, there's still literally cities that are unable to get high-speed broadband. Look at Detroit. Look at downtown Detroit, dude. There's videos on YouTube of people getting
No fiber.
No fiber. There's people going on YouTube. There's people on YouTube that have like these community-driven projects where they're buying like Ubiquity gear. They'll get fiber hooked up to like a church, and they'll just start beaming, doing point-to-point connections using Ubiquity gear to get these people connected up in the community and like.
How well does that work, Dennis?
Actually, really well.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, for what it is, really well. Like,
what are they using? Are they using like 40, 50 gigahertz frequency?
They're using the 60 gigahertz point-to-point things, and they're using like they're putting them up on roofs with like clear connections.
Yeah,
and they're using like the Ubiquity like Wi-Fi access points to like cover like basketball courts and parks and these outdoor antenna. It actually works. It like seriously, it actually works relatively well. Like, it does pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, for going from nothing to actually having like, say, like 100 meg, pretty reliably.
They're offering 100 meg.
Well, it's free. It's like a free thing that these people can use.
Huh.
And like I said, it's like a volunteer project to get these people connected. This is like a low income part of Detroit where there's literally no options.
Yeah. There's a couple of companies here in Cleveland who only operate on grants. Like, you don't actually pay them money. You have to qualify for their service, and they use CBRS, unlicensed CBRS, to make home internet through fixed wireless access. There's two companies in Cleveland doing it.
Real quick, SoftBank only had a 5.3% stake in T-Mobile US.
Yeah, but I thought Deutsche Telekom was like 47% before the merger.
They went from 45 to 48.4 yesterday.
Oh, that means SoftBank kept some.
Yeah.
They didn't sell all of it then.
Yeah, SoftBank kept some.
Yeah, they still have some.
If SoftBank went full bore, they'd be at like 56.
Dude, there was a point where, like, I'm pretty sure SoftBank over the last couple of years, they're hemorrhaging money. They were probably just happy to get out of Sprint.
I mean, they wanted to sell ARM to NVIDIA so they could get more money. So,
hey, Sneed, I had a quick question real fast since we're talking about different stuff. But have you noticed? You remember John Legere?
Yeah.
Have you noticed he started doing spaces on Twitter?
Yeah, he's been doing that for several months actually. He's real inconsistent because, like, I'll see some of my like followers or whatever, or people I follow, they'll be in there. He does this like lunch chat with John or whatever, and like, I respect what he did in the telco industry, but like, me following him now and listening to what he has to say, I know his story. I know what he did at T-Mobile, and he's not doing anything anymore. So it's kind of like, it's kind of boring at this point. He's not actively doing anything. Like, there's no projects that I know of that he's involved in. So there's like nothing to be excited about. You know, like, if he went into an industry that he wanted to do what he did at T-Mobile, he wants to do that again somewhere else, I'd follow him. But as of right now, he's just retired.
What industry do you think needs that kind of upheaval?
Man, I was going to say something in tech.
I'll give you one that you probably wouldn't have guessed me to say.
Home ISP. Home ISP. No?
That's something you would guess for me to say. I'm gonna give you a bigger one.
Landline telephone.
No. I'm gonna give you a bigger one. You ready for it? And this one impacts everybody. Healthcare.
Yeah.
Health insurance, dude. Listen, there's a YouTuber, his name is Jake Tran. He makes some really good documentaries that I really enjoy watching. And he just did one today talking about insulin. And I've watched so many documentaries and stuff about insulin, how the patent was sold for like $1, and how we have these 3 companies that are clearly colluding amongst each other.
Dennis,
and yeah,
there's an update on insulin, and everybody on here should write your senators to support this bill that Boulder Representative Joe Neguse has put to the floor of the House, and it passed, capping the price of insulin to $35 a vial. Write to your senators and say, pass this bill or go to hell.
Yes, because listen, it's insane. Dude, there's a whole
It's a crime against humanity to charge a diabetic $300 for a vial of life.
Or more. But dude, listen, it's so bad that there's literally a black market for insulin, dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
And like, it's so bad that doctors will sometimes give up their free trials, not even with the correct insulin to patients. Like, it's so insane. I know we're talking about politics.
My diabetic clinic extorts insulin from the vendors. It's so bad.
What do you mean they extort it? Like, I don't understand like what you mean.
They extort, so they come with samples, and they convince them to give them the whole freaking truck.
So I just want to finish by saying, like, it's insane.
My
to me
representative, Joe Neguse, put forth the $35 cap bill. It's passed the House. Tell your senators support that or go to hell.
Listen, I'm just saying it's insane because literally there was a 26-year-old who died just 28 days after falling off his parents' insurance because he couldn't afford insulin. And the reason why that's so...
This is coming from someone on an insulin pump.
I'm aware. But real quick, do you want to know why that specifically is insane to me, Sneed? Guess who's going to be turning 26 here this year?
Dental.
Guess who's falling off his dad's insurance, which is legendary?
Dental.
Exactly. So, right. I mean, I'm fortunate to have insurance with my new employer, but I just want to say very clearly, it's nowhere near as good as my father's insurance was. So, like...
You know, when... I was 24 when Obamacare started that, right? When he extended it to 26. Man, it gave me 2 years of extra coverage I wouldn't have normally had.
Oh, it was legendary.
It was golden. And then I got a job at a college, you know, and I started teaching and I got the coverage. But prior to that, I needed the help.
Listen, can I just say something real quick? I would do anything to somehow be on the state insurance. So Pennsylvania, I don't know about other states, but for Pennsylvania, the state insurance that Pennsylvania gives is so freaking god tier. It's not even funny. Like, it covers things you wouldn't expect when it comes to like, I'll use an example, prescriptions, since we were talking about insulin and stuff. Dude, it covers like generic drugs like 100%, and even like main brand stuff, it covers like 80% of the cost for prescriptions, which is just...
Hey, Dennis.
Who has the best coverage? Is it firefighters? They're the ones with the best insurance?
Just anyone that works for the state, like anybody that works for the state of PA, they get the same plan.
I must say, since Sneed brought up the ACA, I am so happy that they said, even if I make, say, $100,000 a year, I still qualify for Medicaid to cover my diabetic supplies.
You remember those Wilford Brimley commercials, Pete?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it makes me remember. Like, you know, he'd do those commercials and stuff, and you know. But
I've made some really bad jokes about Brimley.
Hey, Sneak, can I say something real quick? And this is how you know I'm serious. I would give up my Verizon 5 gigabit internet to be able to keep the insurance that my dad gets.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, so that's saying something because you know how much I love my fiber.
Right.
So we've gotten quite off topic. Do we have anything else to say for the good of the order?
Dude, we've been
No.
off topic this whole stream.
I know Pete's tried to keep it together for a while.
Listen, this is what happens after hours, okay? You know it's after hours when Dennis goes from his black tea to green tea. It was after hours, which, by the way, this looks so cool with the green screen. I've said this multiple times behind the scenes, but
Big shout out to Mark, man. We're actually gonna wrap up the show, man.
I get 18 packs of those at the Costco.
Hey,
oh yeah,
Pete,
no, I've been buying them too in the bottle, yeah.
can we do we have like a rundown of the super chats by chance?
I got a rundown. Shout out to the 9 people who submitted super chat. Some of you more than once. Didn't keep track of that one, but thank you. Shout outs to Lucky, Santiago Hernandez, MS, Jason D, Bone Daddy 0755, Darian Smith, EM Tech, Stephen Smith, and Robert Dunn. Thank you so much for your super chats, everyone.
Thanks, guys and gals. Appreciate you guys watching and supporting. Please do like this before you go. And if you're watching this on replay, like it as well. Hashtag replay crew, hashtag 2LiveCrew, hashtag ravioli gang, hashtag mod squad,
Hashtag sign whatever Pete's thing was.
hashtag
what is it again?
save the bear, hashtag help the bear, hashtag yogi bear.
Hey, I said write your senators. Tell them vote yes on that bill for $35 insulin.
You know what the bill name is, though? Like, can we get a hashtag for the bill name? If there's like a generic name.
Oh, hashtag Fanny Pack. We got that one.
Hashtag denim shorts, David said.
Let me pull this up.
No, actually, this would be a good
hashtag
thing.
snake belt.
No, but seriously, if we can get this signed, that would be a positive movement from the community.
It's S3700 Affordable Insulin Now Act.
Hashtag Affordable Insulin Now Act. There we go.
One hashtag for Dennis. Hashtag man bun. Right? You growing out the hair, right?
Oh yeah, it's growing, but it's more because I need to get it actually. At some point, I plan to schedule an appointment with my barber and get a nice, clean, straight razor shave on the head again.
Dude, you're gonna look like Kojak, bro.
Who's Kojak?
One of the most famous bald dudes in like Hollywood history. Kojak, dog. Yeah. All right.
Look, it's late. I love everybody here. Thank you for having me on as always, Sneed. Thanks everybody for supporting and watching the best phone plans and coming to support Sneed. I appreciate all of you. And Santiago, thank you for your incredible generosity.
But yeah, big shout. Hashtag Scallops Gang. We'll do that one too. Thanks, Santiago. Anyways, we out this piece. Have a great weekend, everyone, and a good holiday. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.